The soul is already in the body once it's formed. Everything happens in dark places. Birth of life happens in dark places. If you look at the earth and how it's designed, it is literally sitting in a sea of darkness. Everything you see out there in space that is living in a sea of darkness. So that tells me that life ends and begins in a sea of darkness. So a baby, when it's formed in the belly, is in ethereal darkness, right? Why wouldn't the soul enter the world in the same fashion? The baby, as soon as that vessel is formed and there's a beating heart, the soul, that is when the soul enters the body. As soon as that body is formed. Now, the final step is the final step is when the baby is actually born into the world. For that body to continue to live and exist, the oil that the body was getting from the mother now has to be translated to the ethereal or the spirit. See? So once the baby comes into the world and it inhales the spirit of life through the body, that's when it becomes alive.
Because it's inhaled, it's in the
it's
world.
It's inhaled, it's in the world. Yeah. So the spirit of the environment has to enter the vessel for the vessel to become alive. Now, if the vessel enters the world and the spirit, if the body doesn't take or accept the spirit, then it's a stillbirth. It dies.
Right.
But when the body's in the womb, the vessel's already alive. The soul has already entered it. We know this if we look at the illustration of what happened with Joshua and John. When Elizabeth and Miriam came together, the baby jumped, right? But another thing that they're not telling you is that spirit or that angel that was in Miriam didn't do nothing to that baby and Elizabeth. Ain't none of that happened. Yeah. That baby jumped because the soul entered the body. That's why the baby jumped. It didn't jump because he did something to it. That was just them talking, saluting to each other. But the soul entered the body. How do you think the parent didn't have a stenogram or whatever you call it in the hospital to know what the baby was going to be? They would know as soon as it's a male baby. How do you know that?
Yeah.
They know it's a male baby. How do they know that? Because they're looking at something beyond the flesh. They're seeing what's in that vessel. Right. You see what I'm saying? They're not looking at, there's a sonogram. No, they know it's a male baby or a female child, right? So the soul already enters. Soul is already there. Class taught us that the soul enters the body. This like the soul just waiting there. Hurry up. I need a body. Come on, man. Please, it's nonsense. Let's think about it. You think a soul is sitting at the end of the bed in every hospital room?
No.
That's nonsense. As soon as the baby came in, no. What happens in the etheric realm of things, it's incomprehensible because there's no time there. So when the soul enters the body, it's just imagine, just close your eyes and imagine just dark space. And in this dark space, there's no light. And the only thing that happens is when a body is formed, that soul enters that vessel and it enters a dark space. And when that baby enters the world, it enters a light space. That baby was alive and good while it was in the womb. But when it entered the world, the baby began to die. Why? Because when you take an apple from its branch, that apple begins to die. If you see an apple fall from a branch, you look at the ground beneath the apple tree, you see a lot of rotten apples. Why? Because you pulled it from its life source. So when you take a baby from the life source of a mother, you cut the umbilical cord, now the baby or the body slowly but surely begins to disintegrate. The clock begins to tick down. Tick, tick, tick. It's growing, it's dying. But the soul enters the body as soon as it forms in the womb. All that happens in the womb. And as soon as the body enters the earth, the spirit of life, the spirit of the earth breathes the body, and then the body comes into existence. Then it starts living, then it starts talking. But prior to that, see everything, and that's the carnal mind again thinking that the body has to be present for the soul to enter. No, it doesn't. That's how our carnal mind would think. But as soon as there's a vehicle there, the soul enters the body. Like, if you ask yourself the question, what authenticates the soul? How do we know the soul exists? Like, if literally, man, if someone's to ask you the question, how do you know the soul exists? You really know how to answer that.
No, I wouldn't.
Why? Because there's no physical evidence of it existing. Everything you have with your five finite systems only detects physical things.
Yeah.
So to know that you're a living soul and not a body is very hard to digest when you really think about it. It's hard to digest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though the evidence of this being so is right in front of you every time you look into a person's eyes.
Yeah.
You ever see a person that look like somebody that you think you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as they turn around, you're not looking at their face so much. You look into their eyes.
Right.
Because even though they got sunglasses on, you look just like so-and-so. Wait, take your glasses off.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they take their glasses off, what are you looking at?
Their eyes.
And what are you seeing in their eyes? What in their eyes lets you know that that's not the person that you thought it was?
That personality, that person,
and that's the soul.
The essence of that person.
That's the soul. That's the soul you're looking at.
It's the essence.
It's the essence. It's the energy. That is the soul. That's the soul. But you can be like, man, you look just like a so-and-so. And as soon as you're looking at it, you're not looking for nothing else but their eyes. Right. Because the eyes are the window to the soul.
Right.
And when you look in their eyes, that's what lets you know that's him or that's them. Because it's their soul. It's the eye. The eye is what tells you. It's nothing else. When you look in the eyes, you look through the window, that tells you. But other than that, you can't prove the living soul exists.
Yeah.
Right? There's no way. There's no way you can prove it exists. The only way you can prove it exists is by looking at a mannequin and then looking at a human being and being able to see the contrast or the contradiction. Mm-hmm. There's somebody there, there's somebody not there. Somebody's living there, somebody's not living there. You can tell by just looking in their eyes, right? But other than that, there's no physical tangible proof to prove that there's a living soul in the body, right? Mm-hmm. When you really, really think about it.
Right.
Now, you could suggest this. Okay, well, what about the person moving around and talking and thinking and able to move their arms and legs? Doesn't that mean they're a soul? Doesn't it mean they have a soul in the body? Well, not necessarily, because you think about it, your heart is beating on its own, right?
Yeah.
What's causing your heart to beat? It's not plugged in anything. Mm-hmm. Right? Your phone it dies, but you plug it into the wall. Now, what happens?
It starts
charging up, right? Yeah. So what's keeping the body alive? What's keeping the heart being charged if it's not plugged into anything? Like, think about it. You would think the soul, right? Right, but you have to also realize this. The oxygen breathes energy through the entire body. So it's really the spirit of life that really energizes the body. But now we still have the soul there in limbo. So what is making the soul exist? So really, I'm saying I should say this. A person will really have to examine themselves, Mom, deeply to know that they are more than just a body. And you have to examine every detail of your being. When you sleep at night and when you wake up. When you sleep at night, you dream, right? Mm-hmm. When you dream and you sleep, there's no time, right? Something wakes you up in the morning. You wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror, you get ready, right? Now, when you wake up and you begin your day, there's things going through your mind, right? Mm-hmm. There's thoughts. You hear a voice in your head. That voice sounds just like you when you talk. Mm-hmm. Just like you. This is me. It's just like, it's not somebody else's voice. It's your voice, right? Mm-hmm. And then, on top of that, you have thoughts. Where are these thoughts coming from? Why am I able to entertain all these thoughts, right? Mm-hmm. And then I have recollection, I have memory, right? So the only thing that could really, really authenticate the soul being something that actually exists is by really deeply examining not only yourself and how you're designed, but also your thoughts, the voice in your head, cognition, those things can tell you, okay, there's something else more to me than just this body. For instance, when we talk about things that belong to us, we talk about things that belong to us as if they're separate and apart from us, but not us. You see what I'm saying? Like if I say my car, I know I'm not the car, but it's my car. When I say my leg, why am I referring to that as my leg?
It's a part of you.
Right,
But
like
you're
it's
saying,
right. It's my leg.
Yeah.
So when I say my car, my keys, my door, my clothes, all these things I own, but are not a part of me physically.
right,
I address my body in the same way I address things that belong to me.
yeah,
Right?
my hand,
My hands, my
leg,
ears,
yeah,
my hair.
right.
So
my
there's
feet.
something in me that knows that this body isn't actually a part of me, but it's just something that I own,
Yeah.
or that's something that belongs to me. And you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When we go to a funeral, man, I can't believe they're gone.
Right.
Or when I'm gone. You know, like, okay, when I'm gone, I don't want y'all. What do you mean when you're here? What do you mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This all a part of one examining themselves. If you examine yourself, you yourself will come to know that you are more than just a body. If you examine how you entertain life, examine how you address yourself, how you address others. When you examine people and examine things, then I'll give you an indication that there's more to you than what you're letting on. You see, I need a knee replacement. I need this replacement. You know, like when you use my in any scenario, you're talking about something that belongs to you but not as a part of you.
Yeah.
Anytime you use my, even the word I, like even that, when you say I don't care or I will give, who's the I? When you say I don't care, my question is, who's the I?
Yeah.
When you say I am not giving, who is the I you're talking about? Because think about it. If I say I am not giving something, am I talking about the body? Or am I talking about something else? When I say I am not going there, am I talking about the body's not going there? Or am I talking about something else not going there? Because if I say I'm not, all right, here's the thing. If I was talking about my body, I would say I'm not taking my body over there.
Yeah.
Because look, when I talk about my car, I say, nah, I ain't driving my car. Think about it. I say I'm not driving my car
Right.
all the way over there.
Right.
But when it comes to my body, I say I'm not going over. You know, when I talk about my body, I say I'm not going over there.
Right.
When I talk about my car, I say I'm not driving my car all the way over there.
Yeah.
Which I'm saying is something that's apart from me. But when I talk about my body and me going somewhere, I'm saying I am not going over there. Which is an indication that there's something else a part of this, obviously. Because when I use the word I when it comes to my body, I don't even bring up my body. I say I as if I'm responsible for this because I'm in this.
Yeah.
So I control this. But the car I can't control. I actually got to move and get in it. But my body, I'm stuck in this. So I have made up my mind that I'm not going to I don't even have to introduce my body in the equation because the body is just an artifice. It plays no role in the exact animation of things. So therefore, it doesn't have to be introduced into an equation it doesn't belong to. The body is merely just a suffocation of an illusion that we have been drowning in. The body doesn't exist. Yeah, the body's just...
But see, they don't go into detail with nothing.
Yeah.
You know, they tell us
because
we don't exist, you know.
Yeah, the body doesn't exist, but the soul is the only living thing that exists. The soul is what is the thing that you have to authenticate as being something that is real. The only way you know you exist is you can't have amnesia of the mind. If you have amnesia of the mind, that means you forgot who you were and you think you're just a body.
Right.
So the remembrance has to be in a sense of knowing that you are an energy. And the only way to bring you back to remembrance is by examining how you illustrate your life and how you carry on in life. And this is in the small details of life.
Yeah.
And how you eat food, when you go to the gym, when you go to the doctor, how do you interact with people?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to come with me somewhere? Like when you talk about me, I, all these different words we use to describe ourselves, understand when you say me, in your mind, really try to acknowledge what you're really speaking about.
Yeah.
When you say me, would you like to come with me? You're asking would they like to come with you. Are you talking about their body or are you talking about them?
Mm-hmm.
Because if it was somebody else, you wouldn't be talking about that. You'd be talking about them, the
Right.
actual energy behind the body. When you acknowledge a person, like if I bring up a name like Stephanie Tolliver, a personality comes to mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I bring up Stephanie Tolliver, there's a whole bunch of people named Stephanie Tolliver, I'm sure. But there's one particular energy, named Stephanie Tolliver, that comes to mind.
Right.
So when you talk to Stephanie Tolliver in real life and you say, Stephanie, come with me,
Stephanie's dead. Did you
I know that.
Oh,
but
okay.
but when you talk about Stephanie in real life and say she was alive, and you say, Stephanie, come with me, you're speaking to an energy.
Right.
There could be a whole bunch of Stephanie Tollivers in the room,
Mm-hmm.
right? But when you say Stephanie Tolliver, oh, not you, I'm talking about her. That's Stephanie Tolliver. Right. Because you're acknowledging there's an energy. There's something in her. There's something about that one that separates her from those.
Right.
Would you? And then now you acknowledged her. Now you're telling that energy to come with me, and she's looking at you as an energy as well. Who is the me she's talking about? And she's not referring to a body. She's referring to an energy, an entity, an energy,
Yeah.
something outside of yourself. When we drive our cars and we go to a party, and we at a party and somebody need a ride, we say, "Hey, you ride with me or you ride with so and so?" Right? All right, you ride with me. I need you to get in my car,
Yeah.
right? And they get in your car, right? The physical car, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you say that to them, you're saying that to them. When you ride with me, you're saying that with the understanding that they're gonna get inside a vehicle that belongs to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you can either get in my vehicle that belongs to me, or you can get in that person's vehicle that belongs to them, right?
Right.
It's a direction you're going in, right? So we're acknowledging from that point of view that these are two separate vehicles that belong to two separate people, and I want you to either join me in my vehicle, right? Now, when it comes to your body, think about it. When I say I want you to come with me, I'm not talking about my vehicle, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm talking about me. There could be 100 cars with the same color, same make and model.
Yeah.
But you already know, oh, that's his car right there, right? Because the way it looks and the person that's driving it.
Right.
So that's the same thing when it comes to the body. So if we start really deeply analyzing ourselves and analyzing what we are, we'll come to the conclusion there's something way more to us than meets the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Way more. Last night, I had a dream. We'll say stuff like that. Last night, I had the craziest dream.
Yeah.
What was it about? I don't remember. Right? When we say that?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Robert told me about the dream he had last. Okay.
Yeah, but you're like, I had a dream,
Yeah.
but I don't remember what the dream was. How do you? Okay, so you don't remember what the dream was, but you had a dream.
Yeah.
So that means to tell me that you entered a world, right? Because we say there's a difference between visions and dreams. Because we
Yeah.
say visions you remember, dreams you forget. That's what we say in class, right?
Right. Right.
So you mean to tell me you had a dream, and as soon as you woke up, you forgot it, which means that you are part of a reality that obviously has nothing to do with this reality.
Mm-hmm.
And you can no longer remember that reality because now you're in this one. Kind of sounds like life and when you were born.
Yeah.
You were born into this reality with no recollection of the previous reality you were part of.
Right.
That's why we say life is but a dream. Because you're in a dream right now, but you just came out of a dream. but you don't remember what that dream was.
Mm-hmm.
Because you were just born into this one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And then, then sometimes in life, we'll have a dream. Man, I had this crazy dream. I remember it to this day. I had a dream, this, and this. Why? Because that dream was relative to this reality. That dream was relative to the reality that you're currently in, and that's why you were able to remember it. Because 9 times out of 10, the dream you had years ago correlates to something you experienced in the near future or in the previous future of your life. And that dream has something to do with it.